Peace and blessings and a whole lot of love. God is hot, dear. I I have lots of dreams. I have lucid dreams. That it really appears. It seems that I am awake while I'm having this dream. These lucid dreams. It seems that as if I am. The dream that I'm having is literally that I'm awake, and the dream is actually happening at that very moment. And then I also have dreams, weird dreams um, that I also believe has a spiritual meaning. I'm always trying to find the meaning of my dreams, because that's like I say, when I have lucid dreams, they appear to be so real. Like it's actually in the lucid dreams, it seems as if I'm awake, and what I'm dreaming about is actually taking place at that time. And it's to the point that my eyes will feel open, my mouth will be moving, I will be speaking, I will be moving, I may be tapping the person in my dream. But at the same time, I cannot, I'll wake up. Some people say that, I forgot the name of it. It's more like I'm paralyzed, that my mind and my body is not corresponding. So that's why I can't wake up. And it's kind of scary, but my oldest son just told me to just relax and take control over the dream. And then I have dreams that may be weird, but I will go look it up, and it seems like it always be related to some aspect of my life. Now, this dream that I dreamed about, that I had a head full of long hair that I used to have. And I say that I used to have because I had long hair, and it wasn't real thick, but it was a nice texture. Um, and I started losing my hair after my third child. First, we thought that the hair loss was contributed to stress. You know, I was married and I was having marital problems. And then, after that marriage ended, my sister was doing my hair. And she was like, your scalp don't look healthy. And then we just saw all these flakes. I forgot what hairstyle I was wearing at that time. So she started scratching. It was a lot of caked up flakes. So he's like, we're going to cut all my hair off. I cut all my hair off. I bought T-gel shampoo to treat the flakes because I'm thinking it's dandruff. So after I cut off my hair, I grew my locks, and I wore my locks from around 1999 to 2004. Because as the locks were growing, they got long, they got down in here. I think I got my old ID picture. They got that they grew to about right here. But I'm seeing that as the locks were growing out, they were getting thinner and thinner and thinner. Mostly in the crown of my head, in the middle of my head. And I'm like, oh, these locks got to come off, because I was just afraid they just was going to start popping. So I ended up cutting my hair off, and then I started wearing wigs. Then I started getting braids. Then I allowed my locks to grow back again. I allowed my locks to grow back on 2 separate occasions between 2005 and 2013. Up until, I grew my locks and cut them off 2 times between the years of 2006 to 2013, I think. And I cut them off twice. I'll cut them off both times because they had grew. But as I'm saying, I was losing a lot of hair and hair, so it wasn't full. So I'm like, it didn't look right to me. Now I could have kept them, because the only thing I needed to do was bring it up to camouflage all the thinness. So in 2016, the locks was cut off. I had cut the locks off. No, I ain't cut. That time I didn't cut them off. I combed them out. So the locks had grew, so I was able to comb all my locks out. So I went and got my hair braided with extensions. And this was in 2016. When I went to take the extensions out, whatever hair I had left here came right out with the extension. There was nothing I can do there. So I allow my hair to grow. And like in some of my videos, you might see my hair braided with extensions because all this would grow around. But in here, nothing would grow, so I would just bring it up like that. So this summer, I was like, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. It's no coming back. Because when I looked at the scalp, I have smooth spots. That means the hair follicles are gone. So the first doctor told me it was probably from perms and relaxer. I can go buy Rogaine, but the Rogaine might not help because hair loss in women run in my family. Hair loss in women run in my family. So I didn't bother with the Rogaine. So I just let it grow wherever it grew at, and I just kept it braided. Then I went to the doctor when I moved out here, and I had developed 2 knots behind my ears. And before, she didn't even ask me to take it because I was Muslim, so I had on the kiwi on. She was like, "You got hair loss?" I was like, "Yes." She said, "Well, your scalp has an infection, and it drained, and it had lymph nodes behind here." So all this time, I'm thinking, okay, one doctor said it was hereditary. It could have came from the perms and dyes that I used, the chemicals that I used on my head when I was young, in my teenage years. And then the second doctor said my hair loss was contributed to some form of dermatitis. Okay. So, just recently I cut all my hair off. I literally had to cut it bald. Because, to me, it looks... I don't like the way it look where hair grows, but not all over the scalp. So I would just cut the whole crap off. So I'm looking in the mirror just now, and I'm like, okay. The second doctor said it was from some form of dermatitis, but the first doctor said it was hereditary. And I'm believing it's really hereditary because wherever the hair loss falls out, it's falling out in a pattern like the crown of my head. It's here, but it's fuzzy. Like if I let it grow out, you just gonna basically see my scalp up in here. So I was telling my youngest daughter, I'm like, okay, I got hair loss here, and I got hair loss here, and then I got hair loss like all up in here. Then you can see right in here. So I got hair right here, but you can see it's moving up as it growing. Less hair is growing here. So I'm like, if it's from the word, I can't even say that. You know, I got a lot of hard time pronouncing some of these words. It starts with an S. It's some form of dermatitis. If it's that, why is it whatever happens to this side of the head, it happens to this side of the head? Like the same shape is on both sides of the head. So I really believe it's that hereditary. There's nothing I can do about it. And my mom's had hair loss. My grandmother had hair loss. My aunt Rita had hair loss. My aunt Bernice had all these older women that had hair loss. But the difference with my mom and me, she didn't have complete hair loss because she kept it low cut and it grew. Her hair was gray, so it looked nice and you really couldn't tell. But for me, I would have to, if I want to not wear my head coverings, I'm going to have to go bald because there's no sense of keeping here. All this is, I got hair all back here. But it's almost like a man. Like, you know, like when a man hair fall out? Because the doctor said it wasn't male pattern baldness because I had hair loss all over the scalp. But the majority of my hair that's gone is really in the crown of my head. So I don't know. And the reason I was telling this story because I turned around and had a dream that I had a head full of long hair. And I just want to share that part of my life with y'all because, you know, I don't care. So I went and looked up the dream. Because I'm like, I woke up and like, oh, my hair grew back. But of course it was just a dream. So I went up to look up the spiritual meaning of having a dream of having a head full of long hair. And It says, why did you dream of hair? Often hair is a dream indicates health, vanity, seducing someone, and is symbolic of untangling life's problems. And did you know normal women spend on an average of $60,000 a year on hair? You had a dream about hair because the hair is an external representation of your personality and identity. Hairstyles are often connected to our own identity's life. So to dream of your hair is frizzy, gray, falling out, or even bald can be quite a powerful dream. In my research, hair is often connected to how we decide to be persistent no matter what problems we face. There is a message here. You decide what relationships you have in your life. Your mind and your perspective on life will decide the way. If you have noticed your views about yourself changing recently, then this can be the reason why you dreamed about your hair. And I'm going to stop there. And there has been some changes in my life. The first change was getting rid of a toxic husband once and for all, where I cut off all contact. And I'm going to continue on with the divorce petition. I don't want no contact with him. He's toxic, very, very toxic. And allowing him back into my life, I had lost my peace. And you can never give nobody power over your life, your emotions, and I had to take back my power. So that's one thing. The second thing is I was actually seeing someone before I allow him back into my life. And the person that I was seeing treated me with the utmost respect. He was transparent. He got along with my children. He hung out with me and my children. And I kind of put him on the back burner to give this marriage a second chance, only to make the biggest mistake of my life. And the thing is, my intuition was speaking to me, and I was ignoring it. And I decided to say, you know what? These dreams that I have, this gut feeling that I'm having, has true meaning to it. And I woke up one day, decided not to answer his phone calls, and decided to tell him about himself and block him. And I rekindled the relationship I had with the man that I was seeing. And it has been wonderful. So those are the two things that this part of the message represents, the relationships. So it says, and then this article goes on to talk about the different dreams that you may have had related to here. So I'm going to go on down to the dream that I had related to hair, which was long hair. A head full of hair, long hair. Hair dreams are often associated with vanity. Significantly, to dream of long hair can illustrate male sexuality. If you are going bored, this could suggest that you may have issues with self-esteem. In order to understand the dream deeper, it's important to look at the psychological side of why you had a dream of hair. In order to decode this, I will turn to the famous dream psychologist Sigmund Freud. What did Sigmund Freud say about dreams, about hair? Figment believed that losing hair was connected to anxieties of getting old. Facial hair can also indicate the spiritual context of reality. To see a white-headed person in a dream indicates that you will need wisdom going forward. If you see your hair is being cut, then this can suggest you are feeling a lack of motivation. Perhaps you feel that somebody is trying to silence you for whatever reason. If you dream of shaving a head or legs, then this can indicate the truth will come out in the end. To blow dry your hair illustrates that you do not want to let somebody down in your life. Cutting of the hair can also represent you wish to conform to society. The ancient times hair was generally cut to suggest that one must conform. For example, hair was shaved in the arm and also convex. Fuzzy and flower hair denotes tough times emotionally. Yes, a lot of meanings I have given you, but let's expand on some of those. So she goes on, or whoever decided to write this article got different aspects of the dreams of hair. So we're going to go down to the one I had. What does it mean? What does long hair means in a dream? So let's see. Long hair is connected to our freedom of life and life. If we look at Lady Godiva's naked ride through conventry covered in long hair, we can understand the true meaning. In life, long hair has become a symbol of freedom, opens, and carefree attitude. Long hair is connected to our own characteristics. This dream incorporates the aspect of yourself. In my opinion, the fact is that this dream represents completion. Completion. Not surprisingly, this dream reaffirms that you are in the right place right now. Ooh, Ashe. Symbolically, long hair indicates that you are headed in the right direction. Can I give a clap to that? Cutting off a toxic husband for good, not allowing him to ever have contact with me ever again was the best decision that I could make for myself. Because I began loving myself and valuing myself. And sometimes as a woman, we may give someone that we shouldn't a second chance because we may be still married to them, or because we may have kids, or we still want their family for our children. But nonetheless, if it ain't right, it ain't right. You cannot make someone be the person you need them to be. That's number one. I don't care what you do. I was the best wife, gave the best sex. He said it. I did everything I did was supposed to be to him as a wife. But he chose to cheat and create a baby. He chose to allow a side chick to disrespect and all that stuff. And you would think that in 4 years, 4 to 5 years, he would have grown, matured, learned to love himself, respect himself, and reach his goals. And in those 4 years, nothing happened. And the only reason why he was able to come into my life because my sister gave him contact. She was only looking at the same way I was looking at it. So he had 1 year to prove himself. He didn't prove himself. And now he can kick rocks. Because now I recognize that I deserve better. I love myself. I know my worth. And I will not allow some man to come into my life and devalue me because I'm still married to him because I have a child. There are men out there that will respect you, that will love you, that will honor you, and that will treat you like the queen that you are if you let go of people that should not have a place in your life. Some people come into your life for a reason and or a season and a lifetime. That was for a season. Just because I married him does not mean it was going to be a lifetime. Because frankly, in my opinion, I married the wrong man in the first place of where I was at in my life. So that dream actually symbolizes exactly what's going on in my life. Healthy relationships. I promote healthy relationships. If you have a man that's cheating on you, lying to you, manipulating you, just doing all types of things, putting his hands on you, not helping you, he don't need to be in your life. And you need to start loving yourself because you deserve better. Peace, blessings, and a whole lot of lies. I do not mind sharing my life because I have learned that if I share my story, it might help somebody else. So yes, I'm losing my hair. My son said, Mom, you have to accept it. You have to own it in order to accept it. Have I quite owned it yet? No, but I'm making progress because before I would not allow my son's girlfriends to see my hair. The only man that really saw my hair and actually cut my hair for me was my ex-husband. Now the guy that I'm seeing now, he actually saw my hair. My hair, I was taking a shower one day and he had to use the bathroom. And I forgot that I hadn't covered my hair because I went to cleanse my scalp. And he saw it. And when I came out the bathroom, he's like, baby, you still look beautiful. And he would rub it. He would rub it. I'll be like, stop. He would rub it. So yes, I'm not afraid to share what I'm going through. Have I yet owned up to my uniqueness? No, but one day, soon, I will be doing my videos without my hair wraps. Now, I'm not wearing hair wraps because of the suffering of hair loss. I was first Muslim, and I like the idea of covering because it protects my crown. And then I started wearing the wraps, and I really like wearing the wraps. I do not really like wearing wigs and fake hair. So when I decide to come out of the wraps in the summertime, because it's about we in fall and I want my head being cold. So when I decide to not wear wrap, it probably will be in summertime, where I will have to just get a full haircut, bald, or maybe Caesar light. I could probably do Caesar light. I might do Caesar light. But I notice when I cut it all off, my scalp really starts to irritate me. So it probably be Caesar light. So that's the next step in my life, is owning up to my uniqueness. Like my son-in-law said, not my son-in-law, not my son-in-law. My sons and my daughter-in-law was like, Mom, you gotta own it. Own it. You're still gonna be beautiful. It doesn't make a person. So yeah, I like sharing my stories, and I'm getting a motivation because I have seen other women who have that problem, suffering from either women pattern baldness or alopecia or anything. Or one woman, she did a video where she had got burnt and lost all her hair through that, and she got scars on her head, and she wears a wig, and she did a video where she showed the world her uniqueness. And I was like, I gotta get to that point, because the last step of my life is just owning up to the fact that I will never have a head full of hair that I had before the hair loss stopped, before the hair loss began. Peace, blessings, and a whole lot of love. God is Hadia.